So when you come into a home and you learn how to make a solar present, which means you learn how to make a friend, the first 10, 15, hour and a half that you're in a home should be spent making a friend. People do business with friends. People buy from salesmen. They do business with their friends, right? So if you make a friend in that sale and learn how to do that, it's a skill. My partner, Troy Dimbakowitz, also a Dub and Golden Door Award winner almost every year, is an expert at making a friend. He's taught me more about it than I ever know. He hardly spends any time. This guy is in a home for like an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, and he never opens up a proposal. He just makes friends with them. And at the end he goes, oh yeah, we can convert you over and make your APS bills all right. Looks like it's $180 a month. You good? We're good. Okay. Which one of you goes on? And he's the assumption close guy. I'm not the assumption close guy, right? He's like, which one of you got the best credit? We'll put you on the credit app. Let's go. What's your social? That's how he closes his deal. Why? Because he just makes friends. So if you learn how to make a friend and there's a skill to it, maybe you're a natural. He's a natural. I ask him how he does it. He doesn't have any idea. He's just that guy where you see him, you love him, he puts his arm around you and you're slapping your back and you're shaking hands and you're telling jokes and pictures of the kids come out and next thing you know, you're best friends and you're signing up for solar. He's just that guy. He's make a friend. But you can learn how to make a friend. I've studied this my whole life. I'm really good at it, but I'm also able to explain how to do it. It's a skill. Once you do that, you then got to build this case. It's almost like you got to think as if you guys are my jury. You're sitting on the jury and I'm the lawyer and I'm making a case. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, here is my case. I'm about to present evidence to you. I'm about to show you facts and figures. I'm about to tell you what the government is up to. I'm going to explain what happens to inflation and your cost for energy. I'm going to tell you how tax credits work. Right now, you may think you understand how tax credits work, but I guarantee you don't understand how tax credits work. Everybody has some misinformation, miscommunication, just misunderstandings about. I'm the one who's going to show you how to do this. And what I'm doing is I'm addressing the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. But something every good lawyer does is he builds the frame for his case. And the frame for his case is laid out. And he says, when I arrive at the end of this process, which could be 3 days from now, it could be 3 weeks, it could be 3 months from now, I'm going to show you again what I'm telling you I'm going to tell you now. I'm going to show you what you're doing. I'm going to show you a superior strategy and how it makes sense. And if it makes sense to you, we're going to get the process started. That's my job. At the beginning of every solar presentation, we're going to first make a friend and then we're going to build this frame. And this frame is going to ensure that the customer understands that this is not the meeting about the meeting. This is the meeting. We're in the meeting. It's your turn. You're going to understand this so profoundly when we're done, it's going to hurt you. And then you're going to understand the magnanimity of the problem. And then you're going to see that my solution is something that we need to get underway. And we're going to do that today. It's going to make sense to you. And we're going to move the process forward today. And Mr. Customer, that's my job. I'm an expert. Part of this frame of me telling you what I'm about to explain and the conclusion that you're going to come to is me going to explain to you why this is the last meeting you and I are ever going to have. This is not the meeting about the meeting we're having later. It's your turn. The most powerful place you can find in the world is when it's your turn. You're next in line. You're the next one. If you get into this academy and learn how to make a compelling solar presentation, it will light their ass on fire. They will literally move around in their chair. Their ass is on fire. It's a compelling situation. They understand the answer. They know they should move. They're next in line. It's their turn. We're going to make them understand that it's imperative, it's urgent, it's time to do this, and this is the last meeting we're ever going to have. This is not a meeting about another meeting. And if you do that wrong, you're going to get thrown out on your ass. They will throw you out the door. When you tell them at the end of this thing, this price is only good today. No, I'm not going to email you this presentation. No, blah, 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 blah. If you try and pull that crap on them at the end, they're going to pick you up by the scruff of the neck and the belt on the back and just toss you out into their front yard and say good riddance to you. But if you handle this properly, if you're taught how to do it and you build this frame, they're going to understand you are an expert and what your job is, and your job entails this meeting. And your time is valuable. It's so valuable, you're doing this 3 or 4 times every single day. And absolutely, Mr. Customer, I'm so happy you're sold. If you do that solar presentation right, it's going to end the same way. They're going to look at the numbers, they're going to look at the proposition of going solar, and you're going to hear something to the tune of, if this is true, how come everyone on my street doesn't already have this? Who in the world sees these numbers and doesn't have solar on their house? You know what, Mike? Do I look stupid to you? This is all too good to be true. I've sold a lot of shit, guys. No one's ever said those words to me, ever. No one has ever looked at something I was selling and thought, this is just too damn good to be true. But if you do a solar presentation correctly, they will get to the end of it and go, damn it, that's their biggest objection. This can't be true because it's too good to be true. And they've been taught and they have learned that if something sounds too good to be true, it is true. Mr. Customer, I have 9,000 customers in the state of Arizona. And if I was saying this was true and it wasn't true, you would see me on the news all the time, not for good reasons. This is absolutely true. Mr. Customer, the reason it sounds untrue is because the government is making it sound untrue because they're adding 30% of the money into the equation. And have you ever bought something that cost a lot of money that somebody else provided 30% of the money and they did it up front? And so you didn't have to pay anything? And somehow you acquired this asset, this piece of property, this capital equipment that paid for itself and produced a profit without any investment on your part? God dang, you're right, that does sound too good to be true. Fortunately, it is absolutely true. 100% true.